Hello, everybody. Today is day 14 of the 30-day video challenge. So, how are you today? Hey, what's up in your world? So, what I wanted to talk about today was I had heard about a musician who is very famous in Canada, and he's just announced that he has brain cancer. And then my hubby was listening to something on the iPad this morning, and it said that because this fella, and then of course, this is if I heard it correctly, okay, but they were referring to the fact that how much is the environment creating and or affecting, people with cancer, creating cancer. And it got me really thinking, because I've been willing to, and I find it incredibly fascinating to question everything, which, in other people's worlds, that could be really freaking annoying. But I just always want to just question things, like, is that really true? Is that what's really going on? I have spent like 31 years working in a hospital. And, so you have all these like statistics and proof and all these things that you have to go by, rules and quality control and stuff like that. And not making any of that wrong or anything, but I wonder sometimes if there's so much more going on than we're aware of. Like in this reality right now, if you get sick or you hurt yourself, it's like, right, for the most part, most people are like, well, what did I do wrong? I must have ate a wrong food. It must be because I smoked that I got lung cancer, and not saying that it isn't a contributor, but is that the only contributor? Like, what makes some people smoke forever, like that George Burns, that comedian from years ago, and not die of lung cancer? What makes one person, get diagnosed with some kind of cancer, maybe lung cancer, and never smoked? And you get people who get diagnosed with breast cancer that have no cancer in their family, or you go to the doctor and you know that there's something wrong, and they do every test under the book and they can't find anything wrong. Well, I just here to kind of say, like, what if there is something else going on? What if so much of the way we look at life, the way we look at ourselves, that our thoughts, feelings, and emotions and stuff like that actually create disharmony and dis-ease in our bodies? And that's why when we go to the doctor, they can't find anything wrong, because there's like, your body's got symptoms because it's letting you know something. And what does that mean for you? Like, what's going on in your life or the way you look at life that's creating that? And I know one of the things that was really tough for me when I first started looking at stuff like this is like, because in Access Consciousness, the classes I've been taking, and in other modalities and stuff, they'll talk about that we're the creators of our lives. And I was like, with the way my body's been for the last like 10, 15 years, like, why the fuck would I have created this? Like, are you freaking kidding me? But what I realized in that is that there was so much judgment. Like, it was just way too difficult for me before to see that I would have created it. That why would I create having pain in my body or limitation in my body? Why would I create anything? Like for any of us, like be like, why would I create the flu? Or why would I create a headache or something like that, right? And what if for each of us that's different? Now, what I've discovered is that when we actually sit down and we actually take the time, that's the key, because I'm learning that. Take the time to ask questions, look at ourselves, ask our body questions. Because you know what? Our body is actually different than who we be. Like, we've got us, the being, and we've got our body. And our being is like actually our body is technically in the being, because if you imagine how big our being is, you know, when you can, like, if you just right now kind of like, can you perceive the walls? Can you perceive like up above? Like, can you energetically reach there? Well, that's your being. So your body you can get is inside your being. I know. This is like going probably way deeper. I'm probably losing the shit right out of you. But, you know, and that's what's so cool is about looking at all of this different is what if someone who gets, like, you can get people who get brain cancer, and for one person it's going to be one thing. For, you know, maybe they don't really want to be here anymore. And so they create, you know, a way to die. And for someone else, it's a completely different reason. Maybe it's because they never felt like they were cared about by others. And the key thing is, you guys, is that from the outside, this can be so judgeable. And that's why I find that so many people aren't willing to go here, because it just feels like, well, I create my own reality. Well, why would I be so stupid to do this? I can't even judge myself. That hurts too much. I'm not even going to go there. There's got to be something going on with my body. I just haven't got it yet, right? Or you look at one person who looks like they're adored by their family and they end up getting cancer, and you're like, well, why would they get cancer if they're looking to get looked after? You know, why don't they just ask to be looked after? Well, how many people can really find ease in asking for what they want? Seriously, people, like, really be honest with yourself and say, you know, is it really easy for me to ask for what I want from other people? What would that mean? Would that mean I was weak, I was vulnerable, I was whatever? And so what if you create it through illness? Now, this is a big, big, big subject. You know what? And I just don't want to almost like keep it hidden anymore. Like, our hospital systems and so on and so forth have great, great resources and amazing people that work in it, including me. So, you know, and we'll take care of you the best that we can. And are we just a body? You know, are we just a body? What if there's so much more? You know, I know people, and I know this video is getting a little longer than I usually do. I know people that had allergies and they've completely changed because they changed their points of view around things. They actually physically do not have issues with certain foods anymore. And if, I don't know if you guys have ever heard this, but there's actually even evidence, like proven evidence, where you can have a person who has a split personality. One personality will have an allergy to something and the other personality won't. So, like, really, like, think about that. That is mind-blowing. That's why I just can't stop this shit. It's so fascinating. It's so interesting. And that's why I don't give in. I never give in, never give up, never quit. Do I cry every once in a while? Yep. Do I have my moments? Yes. And I just know there's so much more possible. And what I know is we're not a one size fits all. It's going to be different for all of us. And without judgment, you guys, this is pure magic and full of possibilities. Well, I adore you guys. Thanks for watching. Lori Larson here, cutting out. So you want to subscribe, watch more amazing videos? Click below. Okay. Adoring you guys all. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.